Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. Thanks for being here with me today. You're some kind of something. I like saying that because I think you are. I think you guys are here hanging out with me, spending time with me, and I really, really appreciate you. Just want to make sure you guys are always aware that I know how blessed I am that you're hanging out with me. Today we're going to go down an oldie, the Inghams. And it's funny how I stumbled upon this video because I'm doing my video on Shay Carl right now. I'm just going down the path, I'm watching some old videos. I'm going through other videos that exposed them, and it is crazy. I know I've done a couple of YouTubers who have cheated on their spouses, done some shady things in the past, and it's kind of really what happens. You know what I'm finding is that influencer dads, like the dads of these family vloggers, go down the same dark path as pastors, celebrity pastors. It's really, really weird, okay? Because a lot of them are Christian too. I found out the Shay Carlos, I found out that the Shaytards, I can't believe that they still call themselves that, but they're Mormon. I didn't even know that. I thought they're Christian. I don't know about the Inghams, but whatever. So anyways, I was going down the path, discovering the cheating scandal and everything else, and it is, oh my gosh, right? It's gonna be crazy. But I came across Chris Ingham's video where he's like the reason for her silence. And I've done videos on the Inghams before about how this guy went to Florida and he was soliciting a minor to go to a hot tub with him, and there's receipts, and they're still on the internet. Like, there are a few things you can do, right? And I'm not saying nobody's above forgiveness or above redemption or anything like that, but when you're on the internet and your main audience is children, because that's who you make your money off of, when this happens, it's time to step away. But the issue remains, okay. And so that's what we're gonna cover today. Let's get to it. So the issue remains is that, and I said it right in the beginning, when you have an audience of children, you kind of have a responsibility to the audience of children. And one of the responsibilities is not to solicit those underage minors for things, okay? You should be in jail, which is why I'm pretty sure the Inghams have not come back to the US, because I don't think they can. It's very telling. But another reason is that you know that this stuff is really fake and they don't give a shit about anything, is that when something like this goes down, the proper thing to do would be to take yourself off the internet and leave like you never existed, right? Shay Carl, when we get into it, you're going to find out that they sort of did, but then now they're back and full blown, and because they want to make money. It's all about money. And that's the crux of this whole thing. It's all about the Benjamins or the pounds or the Canadian C notes that smell like maple syrup, right? It's all about money. And it's never not been about money. It always is about money. A lot of people are like, Josh, you do this for money. Look, I'm not opposed to making money. I make money on here. I love it. It's a blessing and it's great. But what happens is when these major scandals come up, what makes it so revealing is what they do after the scandal drops. Sam and Nia was a big one. Like, they faked a pregnancy, allegedly. Like, everybody believes that, right? And they sort of died off, but they're still there. Another thing that really pisses me off about all these people is they claim to be believers in Jesus. And so from my past, I definitely have a different peek into that window because I was a professional pastor for lots of years. Before I was that, I was still in ministry as a Christian rock musician, going to church and youth group to youth group. So I was always in this industry. So I have a glimpse that a lot of the other people that cover this stuff have no idea about. And that's great, because when they stand on the faith, when they stand on Christianity, when they stand on Jesus, and then they portray the lives that they show you, guys, that is one of the most disingenuous, scary things. The rants come to mind, right? Nobody, if you were actually to live the way Jesus told you to live, and there would be no such thing as family vlogs, right? Not Christian ones anyway, who stand on Christianity, our life, right? LeBrants, Shaytards. I think even Bits of Brie talks about God a lot. Love Meg talks about God. A lot of these people, I'm sure Micah was even at some point saying she was a Christian. A lot of them just use it too to be like, well, I'm going to tap into this Christian, into this Christian market by saying that we are this thing. Mormons do this, but very rarely do you see an actual Mormon family live the way Mormons are supposed to live, which just means that they're just using that to gather the Mormons together. Anyway, let's get into this video. If you don't know anything about this, you go back and watch my video on Chris Ingham. Basically, the long and short of it was that they went to Florida. he solicited an underage minor who called him out. Parents and everybody got in videos, and he was like, they just kind of like, whatever. But this hair, it's the hair for me. This guy, I mean, if you want to know what a Pluto predator looks like, I mean, this guy fits the bill like 100%. He has not exited the 90s yet, which tells you that he's developmentally arrested as a teenager, which is likely why he likes underage girls. And again, this bothers me a lot about these dudes and everything else. They're going to cheat on their spouses with underage. There's another couple other out there that I'm going to uncover that have been doing this. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't, like, on a fundamental level of, like, if you're going to cheat on your spouse, why would you do it, like, multiply illegally, first of all, for minors? But with younger, it doesn't make any sense to me. What it does is it shows me who you really are, and it shows me what you're capable of doing on this channel with your own children, which is all I need to see. So let's hear his apology or whatever this is. I've never even seen it.
All right, guys, so I'm going to be talking to you right now about a few of the things that have been going on behind the scenes with me and my family over the past couple of months.
Where are you? Are you in a stairwell of an apartment building? Good Lord, these people, they do this professionally. Just get carpet or something.
And more importantly, the reason for my silence throughout the whole of the last 2 months with regard to this specific topic. This is the one and only time I am ever going to address this.
I find it funny that they all say this too, or they'll say it's none of your damn business. When we go to the Shay Carl stuff, his wife, who was wronged, but not complicit, if you know what I'm saying, she's absolutely complicit in this whole world of exploitation of children, right? They'll say, I don't owe you anything. You owe these people everything. You have nothing without these people who watch you, right? And he's like, I'm going to talk about this once. And fine, right? But if they land on a video, let's say my kid's getting their braces off, and that video makes $1 million for them, they will do 10 videos about their kids getting their braces off because it makes them money. But when it comes to these types of issues, they always land there. They're always like, well, I'm only going to talk about it for a second, and then I'll never speak about it again. Thanks there, skater boy.
After this video, I am not going to be addressing this again. A lot of people out there have wrongly jumped to so many conclusions about me.
Wrongly as in we have the receipts that we can see that you did the thing? Is that wrongly? Is that what you're talking about? You can't just sit here and say something when our own eyes can see the proof of the thing. You dumbass.
And ignorantly named and labelled me so many things. Twisted so much and made so many presumptions about so many things that are just completely wrong.
I don't think it's so many anythings. They're just saying, with their own eyes, they have the proof of it, of what you did. And they're just saying, you are this thing. What do you mean so many?
And disgusting. So let me start from the top.
Yeah.
The only reason
Let's do it.
I have stayed quiet and not addressed this until now was because of the advice given to me by our legal team.
Laura's like, you better say some shit, dude, because, yeah, you're going to go to jail.
We have some of the best lawyers in the country that support me, that support us as a family.
They don't support you. You pay them large sums of money and they represent you. What do you mean they support you? Of course they do. You pay them to. These are the type of family vlog too, and there's a bunch of them that do this, right? They say the things because they think it's going to scare people because I have lawyers. Okay, everybody can get a lawyer. I have lawyers. I don't, like, okay, gotcha. You spent thousands of dollars of money that your kids made you to, like, how do I get over this thing that I did illegally?
That support our business. And their advice from the very start of this was that we were to put out an initial statement on my Twitter, which I did, and then I was to say absolutely nothing. I wasn't to address this on my channel or otherwise. I wasn't to rise to any hate on any level. No.
It's not hate when you solicited a minor secretly at Disney. It's not hate, dude. I don't get this. Like, I can understand someone calling you out for something, like, if they're just hating you because they just don't like anything you do, like I do. I hate a lot of people. I throw shade and hate at a lot of people, right? But if you deserve it, that's not hate, man. That's just people calling out your behavior, you dumbass.
No matter how bad it was, and believe me, that alone has been one of the hardest things I have ever had to do.
Well, I think the next hardest thing is you just change your looks. The hair. This guy's a ginger apparently too, by the way. So There's that.
The safety of my family, and more importantly, our children, has been our priority over any other. And due to the nature of the things that people online have portrayed me as being, taking and acting on the advice of our legal team in this has been the most important thing for us to do. That alone is the only reason I have stayed quiet.
Would you let this guy babysit your kids? Just wondering. Just asking for a friend.
On this and not address this until now. The only reason. Nothing to do with being guilty. Nothing to do with being ashamed or anything else. Any of the other ideas that I've seen and read.
Just as a caveat, this has nothing to do with anything at all that I'm addressing it, though. I'm not guilty. Just make sure I'm not going to come in here and say I'm guilty. Of course you're not going to say you're guilty. What are you... Your lawyers, you pay high-priced lawyers to tell you to do this? Smart.
About me over the last couple of months, nothing. The only reason we've stayed quiet on this until now is because we've been acting on the advice of our legal team.
So why break the advice of your legal team now?
And that's it. So let me make this very clear. Have I ever done anything that could be classed as sexually grooming somebody? No.
No. Well, let's take a look, shall we? So Chris Ingham just said what he said. Has anything I done, could it be classified as grooming? Now, he said that specifically in a different way. He didn't say inappropriate, he just said grooming. But I'm going to show you this. But let's have a look here. Drop that towel and resend. First of all, he's got a picture of a minor in a towel to begin with, which you should never, ever, 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 ever have, right? But then he's telling her to get naked and resend the photo. See, he's never done anything now, right? Okay, let's take a look at another one. This is to the same girl. Damn girl, I'm excited for you, and I see you. And to see you. No, mate, what happens in Florida stays in Florida. Then he does one of these. Okay? Woo, you finally get to meet one of your mature IFAM fans. Haha, yes, told me I'm a bad influence. Saws in advance. I don't know what that means. You banana, I'll see you soon. Legit. I'm not sure if that's the same girl, if it's a different girl, but he's been sending girls these things. Send this to another girl. Where are you? Waiting for the last parade. Aw, thanks. Legit fit AF, mate. I think that means she's fit? I don't know. Oh my gosh, no way. Trust you, bae. We should so skinny dip. Haha, on my way home, just leaving. Lovely meeting you. You could put our selfie on Instagram. My Insta, she ignored that, by the way. And he said, if you promise to skinny dip with me. So, okay, I can show you. There's more. I'm just going to tell you. What he just said there was a direct lie, because we can literally bring up the proof, the evidence of him doing the thing.
Hell no. Of course I haven't.
Hell no. Okay.
Am I a pedophile? No.
Oh, no. Well, the text messages prove otherwise, right? They prove otherwise.
Hell no. Am I a
He almost laughed when he said that, by the way.
sexual predator? No.
Yes. Oh.
No.
Yes. Yes. You damned liar.
Have I ever done anything that could be classed as being sexually inappropriate to anybody? No.
What? I just showed you some stuff. Why is he just straight up lying? He just asked someone to skinny dip with him. That's not sexually inappropriate? I'm just going over the many tweets he did. And the thing is, he got caught this time. But I honestly believe that there are people out there that he did do things with that just haven't come forward yet, have signed agreements, have been paid off. Because it's not just one girl, it's like 3 or 4, I think. So he's sitting here literally blatantly lying to your face on a video. Like we couldn't see the evidence. People are so stupid.
And now enough is enough. Now I want
Is it? Okay, enough's enough with that haircut there, emo.
to talk to you guys about the relentless harassment that is happening to my family.
Oh, I'm sad for you. No. You brought this on yourself. Your family doesn't deserve it. I agree. But you put your shit on the internet, you became this famous person, and then used your platform to solicit other women. Girl, and underage women too. So I'm sorry, man. You don't get to just be like, oh, my family. Too bad, buddy. This is something that you did that you brought onto your family. And some more evidence of how fake family vloggers are is that they just are together for the vlogs. They're not actually together anymore. It's insane, man, that people don't see that.
Day in, day out at the minute. I can almost understand, knowing the way that the internet works, knowing the way the world works, how when a group of people feel like someone has done something so wrong,
the evidence we have? Okay.
That people like to jump on a bandwagon, people like to get involved and put their two penneth in, put their opinion across, and it's very easy to do so from behind the screen of a phone or the screen of a computer.
Hey, I'm doing it here. Come on the show and talk to me about it, buddy. He's like, it's very easy to do all this stuff. Dude, we can see the evidence. Are you going to address the evidence that we see? Are we going to... Don't believe your own eyes, everybody. Believe me, the creepy guy with the emo haircut. Believe me. Yeah, we don't believe you.
Very, very easy. I don't agree with it whatsoever. In fact, I think it's absolutely disgusting that people do that.
Oh, you know what I think's disgusting? Oh, that shit that you did. That's disgusting. Yeah, that too.
I understand, and I know that it happens because I know the way the world works. I know the way social media works. But the one thing in all of this that really disturbs me is the complete and utter lack of regard for my children in all of this.
Excuse me? The utter lack of regard for your children? Dude, who put them online? I'll give you one guess. You got it? Okay, good. It's you! Utter disregard for your children's safety? You did that. So I don't understand his logic here. He's saying, how dare you guys call me out on the things that I did and put my family in danger? You did this, dude. And your kids are going to have to live through the choices you made because you made them famous. What?
Those poor, innocent girls that don't deserve any of this.
Well, then maybe you should have not solicited minors. Have you thought about that? Yeah, I don't know if you just put that in there and say, I shouldn't have done any of the things that I did. He can't admit that he's wrong, though. I don't understand how he's not been sued. I don't get it.
Poor girls that are currently having their lives tainted and ruined in ways that none of you could imagine from behind your phone screens or behind your keyboards at home. All of you keyboard warriors at home behind your phone screens.
You haters.
Throwing out every single disgusting statement onto the internet that you can think of, especially onto Twitter, YouTube, using my name in every wrong and disgusting way that you can right now, yet without a single second's thought to the seriousness and the damage that you're causing on the other side of it.
Dude, you don't get to just be like, don't cause damage. You cause damage. That girl's mom found those texts. Okay, you cause damage. You are a person of fame to these people, and you use that leverage over them. That is a power dynamic that is like very, very hard to overcome. You did the things. We see that you did the things. I don't understand what he's thinking here. Did he think that people were just going to forget that he did the things?
Not just to my life, and not just to Sarah's life, but more importantly, to my girls' lives.
Don't use... Okay, now, this is what's pissing me off. He's literally using his daughters as a shield to hide behind. You're hurting them. You're hurting them by doing this. Well, dude, you made this choice. You put your kids on the internet. All of your decisions are going to come down to that. Do they deserve it? Absolutely not. They don't. But you did this. You silly wanker.
The past 2 months, without a shadow of a doubt, have been the most testing and difficult months of my entire life. I guarantee that no matter what I go through in my life from now onwards, nothing will be tougher than the last 2 months that I've been through. We could have lost our business.
You should have. No, should have. Yeah, should have.
Something that Sarah and I, and the girls even, have all together collectively killed ourselves over for the last 2 years.
What's their business? Selling dolls of their children? Is that their business?
So that we could give our children a better future, a future that we could have never imagined being able to give them before.
Let me tell you about your daughter's futures. You damaged their futures by giving away their privacy for the internet.
We could have lost our home. We could have lost our family.
You. Not we. You did this, dude. I'm sorry. You can't just all of a sudden be like, well, you could have ruined everything. You ruined everything. Those girls that called you out for doing what you did, they didn't ruin it. It's a choice that you made. I don't get this.
Our marriage, our friends, our reputation.
You did that.
Anybody that's online harassing people, writing disgusting things online about somebody, has any idea about the damage that it is causing and can cause on the other side of it. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do from...
I'm so upset that this guy's just like nonchalantly just not addressing anything that we can see with our eyes. He's just avoiding it when all you have to do is go to Google or Twitter and just look for yourself. This is stupid what he does. But good, because it just shows them how dumb these people are, the bubble they live in, the absolute inability to take any responsibility for anything they do because they think they live outside of it. Wow. By the way, if that was my daughter he did that to, I don't care. Like, there would be words in your face. I would find you and I would look for you, one of your events or whatever, and I would have words with you to your face. I would want you to speak to me to my face and tell me why you think it's appropriate to solicit my underage daughter to go skinny dipping at Disneyland. I would have loved to have that conversation. Oh my gosh. I don't think that this girl he did that with has a dad in the picture. That's why. But the mom was trying to help her, like, and was sad with her. It's insanity. Holy.
Nice, safe home, you know, write something disgusting about somebody on the internet and send it off and it's gone. You don't think about it again. But boom, it does cause so much damage.
I'm just going to replace everything. You caused so much damage. Not it. You. Take some responsibility, twat.
Absolutely disgusting. Do you think it's right that my girls are getting ready to start a brand new school year soon? Esme is starting a brand new school entirely. It's a really massive deal for her. It's a huge deal for Sarah and I's parents.
Okay.
All three girls are getting ready to go back to school soon.
Okay.
And instead of being excited about the new school year coming up, instead of being excited about Esme's brand new school year coming up and all the amazing changes she's going to go through or she will be going through, instead of being excited about that, the only thing that Sarah and I are feeling right now is the worst worry and anxiety that you could imagine.
Well, how the turntables have turned. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's the consequences of your actions. You dumbass. I don't know how to say this. I'm like appalled that he's like, imagine calling me out for soliciting a minor at Disney. Imagine my daughter has to go to a school. What do you think they think? I don't give a shit. You apologize to your family. You did this. What is he saying? He's blaming everybody else for his behavior? If you didn't put your kids out like you do and exploit them on the internet like you do, they wouldn't be going through this. You made your kids a target. That's you. It's on you. That's the same as that OnlyFans mom that like told her kid, there's no way I'm not doing OnlyFans. That kid wanted to commit suicide because he was being bullied so hard at school because they found his mom's OnlyFans. Right? They don't care. You don't give a shit about your kids. Why are you starting to all of a sudden you care? We don't believe you, Chris. You're a liar. We can see through it just by looking at the proof.
About the fact that
if this was going to a court of law, a judge would be like, what do you have to say for yourself? Well, I didn't do it. Well, here's the evidence. Well, imagine my daughters need to go to school. I mean, I just don't, it's so appallingly crazy that he just doesn't address it.
Our children are probably going to go back to school this term and be relentlessly bullied by people, ignorantly.
Your fault.
And misguidedly, relentlessly bullied by people who misguidedly, completely ignorantly and wrongly.
Nope. Nobody's wrong. We have, I'm going to keep saying it. Take a drink every time I say this. We have the receipts. Words.
That their dad is a paedophile or a kiddie fiddler.
Well, what else would you call it? Soliciting a minor to go skinny dipping. What do you call that? The police would call that, you need to be registered. That is against the law, I think. Actually, I don't know if it's in Florida. Age of consent in Florida is 18 years old. So according to Florida law, you are. What's age of consent in the UK? 16. So in the UK, it's age of consent. But you're not in the UK. And still, nobody thinks it's appropriate what you did. Even if the age of consent in the UK is 16, which is ridiculous, by the way, it doesn't matter. You're still married, right? We forget about that part. And basically, this girl's almost the same age as one of your daughters. So you're gross, dude. Nobody, no dad or parent with their salt would ever come and be, yeah, I think it's fine what you did. You're a disgusting piece of shit, dude.
Or a groomer, or interested in children in an inappropriate way.
We have receipts. Okay.
Like, what parent should ever have to go through that?
He said they're lying, but they're not lying. He's predicating this whole video on the fact that this is all lies. When we have the receipts!
What child
We have the receipts, you twat! Jeez. Idiot.
should ever have to go through that? I am not a sexual groomer. I am not.
Keep saying, he said this 3 times, by the way. Doth protest too much. You doth, or the doth, thou doth, protesteth too much-ish.
A paedophile. I am not a kiddie fiddler.
Stop saying kiddie fiddler. Ew. Stop saying it. Just the fact that you're saying it and you're laughing internally.
I am not a sexual predator or any of the other ridiculous.
What about a cheater? Like, let's say he doesn't think he did anything wrong as far as the age is concerned. Is he going to address the fact that he actually did the things? Like, in his mind, he might think, well, there, age of consent, UK 16, whatever. I'm not that. So he justifiably, in his mind, thinks legally by UK standards, he's not. Right? So maybe he's just saying that because legally the definition sort of fits. Except he was in Florida when he did it, so it doesn't sort of fit. But he thinks that. Is he going to address the cheating allegations then?
Crap I have seen written about me online. Never in my life have I ever done anything that could be even remotely considered that. Not ever.
We have receipts for the shit you did. Guitar time. We have receipts of your low down dirty deeds. Get a haircut. Emo is dead. We got receipts. You poopy head. You should be in jail. You should be in prison, 'cause we got receipts. And if people are wondering, I make those songs up on the spot. I don't write anything. They just flow. It's from my heart.
I'm just a normal, hard-working husband.
Nope, none of those things were true. Well, husband, that thing was true, because maybe you are. Normal? No. Look what you dress like. Sorry. And hardworking? You're a YouTuber. Piss off into the sun.
And father. Normal guy. Just a
Yeah, you look normal. None of the shit that these people do is normal, everybody. It's not normal to be this way.
straightforward, normal guy. And that's it. All of the continued relentless harassment that Sarah and I are facing online at the minute, especially on Twitter, is
He has said this 3 times already.
disgusting. It's absolutely outrageous. And that alone is the only reason Sarah and I no longer have our Twitter accounts.
Oh, is that the reason? Okay. I gotcha.
Nothing to do with the fact that we're guilty.
Oh, okay. If you have to say the thing, it's not the thing. It's not had to do we were guilty. We just didn't want to be there anymore. Okay, whatever.
Or ashamed, or running away,
Okay,
or
yeah.
hiding, or anything like that.
That's where all the receipts are, by the way, everybody.
Nothing at all to do with that. The only reason we no longer have our Twitter accounts is because we couldn't stand coming online every single day, trying to use our own Twitter accounts as normal, and seeing just the
evidence it presented to us.
absolute and utter vast amount of
Evidence.
crap.
Oh, crap. I thought it was evidence. Also, he's like, oh, we canceled our Twitter accounts because we didn't want to see anything. Still have your YouTube, still have your Instagram, still have your TikTok. All those things were there. You're still getting criticism on those channels. Why didn't you remove those either? Okay.
That was being thrown at us every single day. Complete and utter rubbish.
Rubbish.
Like,
That's garbage for those who are not from the UK. We say garbage or trash. They say rubbish or rubbish. It's like rubbish, right? Just guys are wondering, I speak UK fluent.
you couldn't even imagine the disgusting things that were being written about us online every single day. People talking about me being...
They weren't lies.
some sort of a sexual...
If he says kitty fiddler one more time, say it again, buddy.
Predator, a paedophile, a groomer, all this sort of stuff constantly, relentlessly. Not even just limited to Sarah and me, but it's our extended families too. My parents, Sarah's parents, our aunts and uncles.
Were they calling you being like, hey, I see this evidence, straight up proof with my eyes, but I believe you. I don't. Okay, buddy.
Brothers, sisters, right the way down the family line. There are people dedicating their lives right now to try and taint every single aspect of mine and Sarah's lives.
Let's reword that. I have tainted every single aspect of Sarah and I's lives. He takes no responsibility at all for the evidence that we have.
In a completely inappropriate, wrong, untrue way. And it's absolutely and utterly disgusting.
Fiddler, you're a fiddler.
That alone is the only reason Sarah and I deleted our Twitter accounts.
We don't believe you.
For our own sanity.
Is it? Mm-hmm.
That's it. All of this continued harassment that Sarah and I are facing every day has turned into nothing other than a witch hunt.
Well, you look like a witch, so I get it. You look like a witch, dude. Sorry.
It's a witch hunt, and it's absolutely outrageous.
Well, if the spell works, cast it. You did the thing, man. If it's a witch hunt, you're there casting spells in the woods, and Eye of Newt, Wing of Bat, stirring the potion. We caught you, bro. You get caught. I understand. Witch hunt, sure. But we caught you making the potion and putting little kids in it. We got it. You know, you're our Hansel and Gretel's. You're the one who ate Hansel and Gretel. Okay, we get it. You were caught red-handed. So burn you at the stake? Yep. Like, figuratively, YouTube-wise, which is a cancellation.
We can't even use our own personal Instagram accounts to
Why?
show our followers, the people that support us every day, pictures that we want to show them, videos that we want to show them. Because when we do, they're just spammed relentlessly.
And whose fault is that? Witch? You're witch. Your fault, dude. You did it. Who are you trying to blame?
With absolutely disgusting comments, untrue statements, and rubbish beyond belief.
Trash.
By anonymous accounts, even not anonymous accounts, just people who are completely and utterly misguided in what they're thinking about.
Yeah, they're just looking at the evidence and saying, I noticed this evidence here. Will you talk about this evidence that I've noticed with my eyes?
Myself and about Sarah. My phone number and my address was posted online. In fact, this has been done multiple times over the past 2 months.
I'm pretty sure they were posting his phone number because she had to prove that it was him. Like, I'm pretty sure they're like, here's his number. If you don't believe me, because all you can say, well, they're lying. Well, here's the evidence then.
Something that shouldn't ever happen to anybody. I had people calling my phone relentlessly, like literally
Change your phone number.
every minute, calling my phone relentlessly, giving me death threats, telling me that they were going to come to my house and set my home on fire in the night with my
Shannon Rose intensifies.
children in it. They were going to come to my house and harm me.
This would be a perfect time to present your receipts for that so that you would probably get some people to be like, oh man, I feel sorry for you that. They all just say this. I get death threats. Everybody does if you're on the internet. It's just par for the course. Throw up some receipts, bruh. Throw them up.
In front of my children. They were going to come and do all sorts of things to my property, to my car.
They're going to shit on your lawn, aren't they? They're going to shit on your car too.
They were going to catch me on the street and seriously harm me. People actually turning up at my home address too. And I do want to put
You have no receipts?
this out there that not one single person that has actually come to my home address since my address was posted online has done so in an angry or a nasty way. It's only been people who have come to show support or just...
Okay, so he said someone came to my house, then he said, but they were there to show support. Okay.
people to come and say hi and be nice, people who support us.
Don't go to people's houses that you don't know. Please don't.
And love us. Nobody of the bad category has turned up or anything like that's happened. But it has got to a stage where Sarah and I don't feel safe in our own home anymore at all.
Whose fault is that? Yours.
to the point where we've had to put our brand new house, our beautiful home that we love so much, we've had to put it on the market to sell.
If people hate you, they're going to find your other house too. We're going to live in an RV across the UK?
Because we can't live there anymore. We just don't feel safe at all. So we need to sell that house and move to somewhere much more private.
Again, are we supposed to feel sorry for you? You did this. Like, I get that. It sucks. Nobody should ever have to go through that. But you put your lives on the internet. Do you really just... I don't understand people. Like, they want to get on the internet, but they want to have zero accountability. Like, people who are anonymous, like all this stuff. If you're out there, you're out there. People have doxed me. People have sent me my address. People have called my phone. People have sent me messages. Everything else, it's just par for the course. I don't understand this logic. I get it. You don't want it to happen, but he's trying to say all these things so you feel sorry for him while the glaring evidence stares at you from across the room with a teacup like this. Hi. I'm evidence. Look at me. I know. He's an idiot. I
know. Where nobody knows our address and we can feel safe again.
They'll find your address.
Calling somebody publicly the disgusting things and wrong things that people have been calling me is such a dangerous thing to do.
Like, are you going to put receipts up or anything? Like, what are you saying? Let's just put one thing out. Someone said this to me the other day. Here is the tweet. Put it up there, bro. Let me see it. Dox those people then. If people send you death threats, I give you permission to dox the shit out of them. If people are going to threaten your family or whatever the case may be, do whatever it takes. Go for it. I would. Absolutely. That's just the way it goes. I don't care for your privacy. If you're going to come at me and my family, I don't care for your privacy. Absolutely not. All bets are off at that point, okay? But, like, just throw a couple of tweets up there, Tweedledee. Haircut, head.
It's inciting violence and hatred on such a public level, such a public platform, that I could have literally anybody walk up to me in the street without warning and attack me and seriously harm me, even kill me, all because they've got some misguided and wrong idea.
Evidence. There's no wrong idea. Stop saying the thing. Like, I get what he's saying. Like, don't approach me. Don't do this. And does what he done deserve a death warrant? No, I don't think so. But you definitely deserve to be canceled. I don't think you deserve to be hurt or maimed or anything like that. But, harassed a little bit. You sort of deserve it. You literally solicited a minor. You're not welcome here. Yeah, you should be bullied. Yep, I said it. If you solicit a minor, you should be bullied. Come at me, haters.
That I'm interested in children, or that I'm some kind of sexual predator. From all of
How many times he said that?
This rubbish that's online.
Rubbish.
Which is just completely and utterly
made up lies.
Untrue and wrong.
How many times has he said that?
Nobody would know this from my vlogs that we put out every day, but behind the camera, I'm a complete and utter wreck right now.
Thank you for proving to us that what you put out on the internet is fake as shit. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I've lost all of my confidence in myself.
As you should with that haircut, yeah.
I've lost all of the confidence and love for what we do. And
then get off the internet.
I'm constantly living in fear. Fear of somebody turning up at my house or somewhere I'm at in the street to hurt me. Fear of the next set of harassing statements online. Fear of the next small YouTuber trying to use my name in a defamatory and wrong way.
Yeah, it's not defamatory if we have evidence, receipts. It's not defaming you to be like, here is the evidence. Here's my commentary on the evidence.
For their own personal gain. How has that become acceptable nowadays? Smaller YouTube.
Here's a question. How has it become acceptable to exploit your children online for money? You answer my question, I'll answer yours.
YouTubers that maybe get 100 to 200 views per video now do a video on exposing Chris Ingham and they get a couple of 100,000 views. So the same...
That's you, buddy.
Small YouTuber then does multiple videos using my name in the title, exposing Chris Ingham version 2 or whatever it may be. And they keep these views rolling in and rolling in. All just to gain their own personal following. to increase their own public profile, to earn money from monetization.
Interesting that you say that. They're just exploiting you to make themselves money and gains. Sounds like something family vloggers do with their children.
Whatever it might be.
Holy shit, you don't see that? The irony.
Second thought to all of the damage that video is having.
Okay, I'm going to rewind it here. Take the context that he's saying, take that out, and put the context of exploiting children in the place of what he's saying, okay? Hear this.
And they keep these views rolling in and rolling in. All just to gain their own personal following.
Remember, the context of exploiting children.
To increase their own public profile, to earn money from monetization, whatever it might be. But without a second thought to all of the damage that video is having.
Amazing. Amazing. Couldn't have said it better myself. This is exactly what you're doing to your children when you exploit them on YouTube. Without any second thought to the damage that you could be doing to them. Thanks, brah.
On the other side of it. Not one single thought to the repercussions that they're having on myself.
Sounds... Yep. Exactly. The irony of you talking about someone taking advantage of you for views while you do that with your family. How tone deaf and dumb can you be?
On my children, on my pregnant wife. My anxiety right now is on an all-time high.
That's your fault.
It's no secret to anybody that I struggled very badly in my late teens, especially with OCD. I am yet to do a video on that. I am going to do that.
Is he just like pulling out all the stops and I'd be like, okay guys, don't forget that I have a bad haircut, so don't forget that, okay, when you're coming at me. Oh, I also had anxiety, so don't forget about that. My wife's pregnant. Did I say that yet? Okay, so all the things I did, don't worry about it because look at all this shit. Dude, none of what you said will ever overcome the proof and evidence we have that you solicited a minor, Disney.
But it's no secret to anybody that I used to struggle very badly with my mental health when I was younger. And right now, my mental health is on an all-time low.
It's your fault.
To the point where I'm having to take anti-anxiety medication every single day just to get me through the day. And then this past weekend happened.
Maybe you shouldn't have shit down your own throat then, dumbass.
Happened when we arrived in Australia. As we arrived in Australia, we all came through immigration together. I was asked to step to one side, and Sarah and the girls were told that they could carry on and enter the country, and they were fine. But I was taken to a holding cell.
Good.
I was stripped of my phones, stripped of my computer.
Phones.
My iPads, and everything else that I had on me. I was put in a holding cell, and I was left there for 3 hours.
3 whole hours? You poor soul.
Not knowing why I was being held, not being told anything at all.
They're like, that guy's got to be carrying drugs. Look, he's emo, right? Emo was dead like 15 years ago. Why does he look like that? He has weed. Get the weed.
Absolutely terrified and scared out of my mind. My poor wife, who is very early pregnant, who hadn't been to sleep all night. We'd had a night flight the night before. None of us had slept.
Are you trying to tell us we should feel sorry for you guys because all you do is like traipse around the world vacationing? Like, we had to go on a night flight. Cue sad music. Oh my God, Chris, are you going to be getting your night flight? Your vacation to a tropical paradise? Finn, piss off to the palace. And then Queen Elizabeth, she just right across the eyes. You need it. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth just punch you in the face.
We'd arrived at 7 a.m. into Australia, and she'd been told to go out into the terminal, and her husband had been taken away, and she was left there also with 3 children who were desperate to know where their dad was, why I'd been taken away. Sarah, worried out of her mind, no idea what's happening with me. Nobody told her anything. Nobody was talking.
Okay, get to the damn point. What happened? Now I'm interested.
So she was worried sick for 3 hours. My pregnant wife.
Keep saying pregnant. So we know we got it. She's pregnant. Again, all on you.
Who hadn't slept, who was suffering so badly right now with morning sickness. God. She had to sit in an airport terminal on her own with 3 children who were desperately anxious and terrified about where their dad was. She had to sit there and worry for 3 or more hours.
Keep saying the 3 hours. We got it, buddy. 3 hours. Got it. 3 hours. Like it was days or something. I could get it. Hours?
Having no idea where I was.
You said this already. Why does he just keep repeating the same shit over again?
What was going on with me? Why I was being held?
We got it!
Nothing.
Got it!
After around 3 hours, I was told that the reason I was being held was because somebody had made some kind of anonymous tip-off to Border Force in Australia.
Yeah? That's your groomer, Pluto? Yeah?
I had been apparently on the run from the UK police for grooming young girls in the UK, or something along them lines.
Oh, I'm sure you would have remembered. Something along those lines. Be like, all you have to do is Twitter me. Then they probably will put you in jail.
Something disgusting like that. And that they had to investigate those claims before that they could let me into the country. They had stripped and downloaded every piece of personal and private information from my phones, my computer, my iPads, interviewed me numerous times, for which I told them the full story of what's been going on.
That's interesting to me because did you? Or could they have just looked at Twitter at the receipts and evidence of it all? All he really has to do here is then say the words, and he hasn't said it. It's very, very telling that he hasn't. I didn't do those things. All the receipts and evidence you guys are seeing out there is fake. Why doesn't he just say that? All he says is that, no, I'm not this thing. I didn't do that. But he doesn't actually explicitly come out and say, those things that you are seeing, the evidence and receipts that you see, that wasn't me. Why doesn't he say that? Interesting, right? It's very interesting as to why you wouldn't say that.
With me for the past 2 months. They found absolutely nothing on any of my devices.
Did they check Twitter? Can someone call and see if they checked Twitter?
Whatsoever. The police back home confirmed also that I certainly was not on the run from them for anything.
You wouldn't be on the run from them. You wouldn't have been, even if you solicited from her, if you were in England, it wouldn't have been breaking the law. She wasn't considered a minor as far as England's standards are concerned, right? UK. But you did break the law as according to Florida's rules, right? 18 is the legal age of majority. So it doesn't matter the country of origin. If you are in that place, you are breaking that law. Okay? So I don't know. This girl, I wonder if she's ever updated the world on what they have done. It'd be really interesting to see what has happened since then.
And that they were not investigating me for anything.
Did they call DeSantis? Did they call Florida? Be interesting if they would have called Florida.
And had never been investigating me for anything. And with an apology.
Again, he doesn't talk about Florida here because all this is coming down to the Florida thing. I don't think that there's any evidence of him grooming girls in UK. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I've seen any. All the evidence we're seeing are all these girls in the US. So he fails to mention the US. That's convenient.
After more than 4 hours, I was allowed to enter the country.
You said 3 hours before.
And go. I was told semi-reassuringly that apparently this kind of thing isn't uncommon. An ex-girlfriend is mad at her ex-boyfriend for whatever reason who's travelling into a country. So she drops an anonymous tip-off to the border force of that country that he's carrying something he shouldn't be perhaps. And the boyfriend gets stopped and investigated before they can be let.
Is he saying an ex-girlfriend?
In the country. Okay. It was without doubt the most scary, surreal, and terrifying thing that I've ever been through in my entire life.
Again, all you have to do is say here, Chris, and I don't know why you haven't, is come out and say, those are fake. But why he can't? His lawyers would crap themselves. He can't say it because then if he gets sued, he lied.
The entire 4 hours, I was just sick. I couldn't believe what was happening. We just spent the whole night excited about the fact that we were about to start our adventure in Australia, somewhere we've never been to before, somewhere we've saved up for months to be able to afford, somewhere we've looked forward to and talked about for months, somewhere we've planned to give Isabel the best 13th birthday that she can ever have, because that's the reason for this trip.
We don't feel sorry for you.
It's for Isabel. And so that we can give her the 13th birthday.
Does this guy really sound so sad? He just like keeps repeating it in like this monotone, straight vein. You have no emotion about this too. Also, you have not addressed any of the allegations.
We want to give her. All of that was about to be destroyed. All of that was about to be destroyed. I had no idea if I was going to see my family again or what was going to happen to me, where I was going to be sent. Not to mention my poor pregnant wife who was left for more than 4 hours, not knowing anything.
You said 3 before, it all went to 4. Maybe it's 6 now. We got it. She's pregnant. They had to go sit and eat a long dinner. We don't feel sorry for you. Don't forget, everybody, Chris did this to Chris.
Anything at all. Nobody spoke to her. She had no clue about why I was being kept, if she was going to see me again, where I was, what was happening with me. She was going out of her mind with worry. Her and my children went through absolute hell. At the start of something that should have been so happy and so positive, they went through absolute hell. And that is not acceptable on any...
It was 3 hours. Relax.
...level. That is way beyond harassment. It's way beyond anything that anybody should ever have to endure. And anybody watching this right now that thinks that calling an anonymous false and fake wrong tip into a border force and having that happen...
You do have to give it to him, though, because what he alluded to that he was wanted in the UK for this. And that is a false tip. That's like a federal offense. Can't do that. But again, why are they just not talking about the US where all this happened?
To a family. Anybody that thinks that that is acceptable to do that to a family, then...
No, they did to you.
I just don't have any words for that.
Trying to squeeze a tear there, I saw it.
I am constantly terrified at the minute that the stress of everything that's going on, the stress of all of this relentless hounding that Sarah and I are being faced with right now. I'm so terrified that this is going to cause her to miscarry our baby. She's under the worst stress that I could ever imagine a new mum having to be under. No one who is newly pregnant, no one at all should ever have to go through stress like this, let alone when you've just found out you're pregnant, and you should be celebrating and enjoying this new amazing chapter in your life. No pregnant mum should have to deal with the stress that is on Sarah's head constantly at the minute because of all this. And I am just terrified every single day that this relentless hounding that we're going through right now is going to cause her to miscarry our baby. The fact of the matter is that all of these people who are hounding me right now and hounding Sarah right now, all of the people that are posting these disgusting, wrong, completely incorrect...
Say the same thing over again!
And defamatory statements about me online right now. The ones that are trying so hard to destroy the Ingham family. Why? Why would anybody want to do that to a...
Are you asking this on purpose? What do you mean, why? They're not trying to destroy your family. They're trying to call you out and hold you accountable for soliciting an underage girl in Florida and soliciting other women who might not have been underage, but definitely inappropriate, considering you are married, right? We got the evidence there. What do you mean, why? Are you serious?
Family. Why would anybody want to do that to poor, innocent children?
No. Again, look at the deflection here. That's really crazy, and that's super upsetting. No, you can't just deflect it onto your family. They're going after you because of what you do. You literally put your family on the internet and you're like, oh, we're in this amazing normal family, but you are a predator. So they're calling out your predatory behavior so that anybody else might come forward with anything you've done and maybe hopefully stop you from going through with it one day. Right? That's what they're probably trying to do. What do you mean, why? It's like my kid asking me dumb questions. Why can't I jump off the roof into the pool? What do you mean, why? 'Cause!
Would anybody want to do that to anybody at all? Because let's be real about it. If you succeeded in destroying the Ingham family, you destroyed our business. We'd lose our home. We'd lose our house.
Is he saying business is a YouTube channel? Because they have another business.
The girls would lose their school. The two places that the girls feel safe, secure, and happy at, they would lose all.
This is your fault. Again, maybe you should have saved some money? I don't.
All of that. We would lose everything. Everything that Sarah and I have killed ourselves over to create and build for our children's future over the last 2 years. All of that, everything would be gone. Why would anybody want to do that to anybody?
Why keep asking a dumb question? Again, you're saying, why would you want to do that to my kids? They're not doing it to your kids, okay? Your kids are just, in the way because of what you have done. You've built all this. And because they're coming after you, you're like, why would you do it to my kids? They're doing it to you. You don't get to deflect off that. Sorry, dude.
Children, especially my children, especially my child that's on the way, my pregnant wife.
Oh my God, stop it, emo.
Anybody want to harm and hurt a family in that way? Because at the end of the day, that's what you're doing.
No. You don't get to say, well, because you guys are calling me out for my predatory behavior, my illegal behavior, you're hurting my family. Oh, well, I guess that's just what happens when you put yourself on the internet. They don't deserve it. I agree with you, but that's not their fault, Chris. That's your fault. I have to...
You're destroying my children, my unborn child. That's all.
Maybe you shouldn't have done the shit that you did. These are choices that you have made, dude. It's like they want to have all the fame and all the money and everything else, and none of the consequences of their actions. It's so tone deaf.
On the way, they're the people that you're damaging right now and that you're hurting. Why would anybody
keep
want
asking.
to do that? Especially to children.
God, stop.
This is not just saying words online anymore.
It is.
This has gone way, way past that. And it needs to stop now. I would just like to take a minute to say thank you to everybody that...
No, I'm not going to let you do that. Oh my God, this guy is an idiot. Why did it take me so long to do that video? Holy crap, that was really, really eye-opening. This is, again, it's eye-opening into the world of family vlogging, into the world of narcissism and influencer culture, where it's like, I've done this bad thing, and why would you hate me for it? Because you've built your whole entire platform off the trust of strangers who have seen you grow, have seen you do these things, who've become your friends, have parasocial relationships with you, mostly, and you have lots of kids watching your stuff specifically. So why would you come after me? Why would you hurt my family? No one's trying to hurt your family, Chris. They're just trying to call you out for your predatory behavior because literally most of your audience is children. So they don't want to see you do that. They want to protect the kids, man. Holy crap. Again, if this was my daughter he did that to, and I was going through their videos to see if they've been back to Florida since then, and they have not. I'm looking. Orlando pool party 4 years ago. Orlando, our honeymoon, Florida 2015. Universal Florida Disney 2017, which is when this went down. 4 years. We won't believe who we hung out with in Florida. 4 years. They have not been back to the U.S. They've not been back to the U.S. Why haven't you been back to the U.S.? Interesting, because you went there a bunch before this whole thing went down. Interesting. I wonder if it's possible to pull up record. I want to research more of that girl and see if she did file a report in Florida or what happened. Because I think she's got it all out on the line there, and I want to take a look at it. Because that's heartbreaking. She's just out there being called a liar, and apparently she was attacked by his fans and his behind the scenes and them doing anonymous accounts and stuff like that. So not only is she not believed by a bunch of people, but like made to feel like she's a liar and made to feel like she's inadequate and just for what he did. It's insanity, everybody. He literally just made an entire video where he does not discuss the allegations, doesn't call them out. He just says it's a lie. What's a lie? What do they say? He's saying what they're saying is a lie, but then didn't say anything that they said, right? At least put a tweet up and say, Chris Ingham, faked the moon landing. Then he could say that's a lie, right? But put up a tweet or something that someone has said to you and then debunk it. Don't just say it's all a lie because you just know, because we don't know what the context is. Because you didn't even say, the tweets and the receipts and the text messages, that's all lies. He didn't say anything. There was nothing like that. It's insanity. These people are nuts. Stop watching them. But take a deep breath. They're rubbish. I like that word, not gonna lie. Man, UK family vloggers. All right. Anyway. I'm just flabbergasted sometimes when you watch these people. The audacity. The utter audacity of these people. Anyway, you're amazing, though. You don't have the audacity. You have the audacity to be awesome, though. Is that a thing? I don't know. Anyway, you're amazing, incredible, beautiful, gorgeous. And super damn valuable. Don't you forget it. I'll see you tomorrow.